What's going on, everyone? It's time for a horror comedy film review. We're going to talk about another Tim Burton film, the iconic Beetlejuice. It was released by the Green Company March 30th, 1988, which is also distributed by Geffen Productions or whatever, their film company. Not the record label, but the film company. Yeah, it was released March 30th, 1988. Stars Michael Keaton. Tim Burton's go-to guy before he met Johnny Depp. But yeah, it was written by Michael McDowell and Warren Scarron, produced by Michael Bender, Larry Wilson, and Richard Hashimoto, and directed by Tim Burton. So Tim Burton sounds familiar. He's the one he's done a lot of family gothic type movies like The Nightmare Before Christmas. He did Corpse Bride, which I reviewed not too long ago. He did Batman, the 90s one. Alice in Wonderland, the 2010 live action version, and Edward Scissorhands, Charlie and Chocolate Factory remake that I recently reviewed, and quite a few others. So, yeah, I like Tim Burton's style and stuff like that, and this is by far one of my favorite Tim Burton movies. I watch this like 4 or 5 times a year and stuff. It's great. So, the premise of Beetlejuice is basically you meet Alec Baldwin and some other chick, their husband and wife, and they live in this like gothic style mansion. And yeah, they are going about their lives, but they die in a car accident driving off a bridge and stuff. But they don't know it yet. So they come home and something's off, and they start reading this book that they find in their home on the Dead handbook or whatever, and they start reading it, and they realize they're ghosts, and that their house has been sold to this like artsy, weird, dysfunctional family. So, yeah, so they try to grasp how they're going to move on and stuff like that, even though they want us to live in their house. So, yeah, so they go and they go to like the dead, the spirit world, and yeah, learn more about how to scare people and stuff like that. And then they try to, and it doesn't work out that well. So, but the daughter of the couple that bought the house, played by Winona Ryder, turns out she's can see them. She's was it telepathic or something like that? No, telepathy things where you read people's minds. Whatever. She can see them, and yeah, she tries to help them out. And then amidst all this chaos and stuff, where it doesn't work out too well, they hear of a guy named Beetlejuice, where if you say his name 3 times, he comes back to life, and he's considered the bioexorcist, basically he calls himself, which is like a guy who could scare off the living and stuff out of the places. And he's played by Michael Keaton, and they summon him, and he goes on a kooky rampage and goes a little off the rails for them, but they end up working together at the end to try to scare these people. Overall, this film was really funny and a lot of fun. I love this film. There's a lot of cool practical effects in it, a lot of old school like composite shots and stuff that look really fantastic. It definitely was Tim Burton really feeling his creative side, because he did Pee-wee's Big Adventure before this, and I think that's it. And like his like Disney like stuff. But this is where you really get a sense of the odd weirdness and gothic sort of tones Tim Burton's known for, is basically laid groundwork in this. And so as he created all these weird characters and stuff, they really all mesh really well. To me, I can't really find anything wrong with this movie. It's a great pacing, looks fantastic, the acting's really good, the characters are all entertaining, practical effects and everything look great. Even the old school like matte paintings and things like that to show spirit world and stuff still look pretty good today, and it's all quite a lot of fun. I have no complaints for this. I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 5. It's like a must-see in my opinion. I absolutely adore this movie. And also, this laid the groundwork for Tim Burton and Michael Keaton worked together a couple times because he'd go on to do Batman and Batman Returns, and I think some like two other films with them. And then yeah, Johnny Depp basically took over. But yeah, um, overall, Beetlejuice is a fantastic classic horror comedy done to perfection, which you have to see if you haven't seen it yet. So